Today we're doing quadrilaterals. All right, we're going to talk about the different kinds of quadrilaterals. What do you need to know about quadrilateral? It's a four-sided polygon. Polygons are a bunch of different shapes, like triangles and rectangles and squares and octagons. Okay, a quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon. So if it's got four sides, it's a quadrilateral. Now we're going to talk about more specific quadrilaterals, such as a trapezoid, which you need to write all this down. All right, first type of quadrilateral we're going to talk about is a trapezoid. It has four sides, so that makes it a quadrilateral. One pair of the sides have to be parallel. All right, the other sides, they don't have to be equal. They don't have to be parallel. You just have to have one pair of parallel sides, which we have here, which we have here, and we have here. The other sides do not matter. It doesn't matter if they're parallel or if they're equal. Okay, these sides are not equal. These sides are equal, but they're not parallel. All you have to have is one pair of parallel sides for a trapezoid. Then we're going to talk about a more specific quadrilateral, which is a parallelogram. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral with opposite sides that are parallel and equal. So it's kind of like a trapezoid, except that the opposite sides are parallel and equal. Trapezoid only had one pair of parallel sides, and they didn't even have to be equal. The sides have to be parallel and equal. See, the little tick mark means they're equal to each other. The two tick marks means this side is equal to that side. So the opposite sides are parallel and equal. Any questions about parallelogram? Then we get even more specific. We had quadrilateral, had trapezoid, we got parallelogram. Now we've got rectangle, which is a parallelogram with four right angles. So now we've got a square, which is a rectangle with four congruent sides. So a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square. All right, does that make sense? Hey, because a square has all the criteria of a rectangle and something else. Right? Just like a rectangle had all the criteria of a parallelogram with four right angles, a square has all the criteria of a rectangle with even more. So it's even more specific. And then we have rhombus, which is a parallelogram with four congruent sides, but not the right angles. So it's just like a square, except it doesn't have the right angles. Here's what you need to know. The sum of the angle measures of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So the sum of the angle measures of a rectangle, a square, a trapezoid, a rhombus, they all equal 360 degrees because they're all quadrilaterals, and all quadrilaterals have 360 degrees for the sum of their angle measures. So if you need to know one of the angle measures, you add them all up, they should give you 360. So write this down. Alright, so let's find the missing angle measure here, which is x. They give you quadrilateral, right? It doesn't fit anything, it doesn't fit trapezoid, it doesn't fit rectangle, so it's just a quadrilateral. Which, by the way, they're going to ask you to identify quadrilaterals today, so that's why you wrote down the descriptions of each one and an example of each one. For this, it's just going to say find the value of the missing angle measure. So what we do is we know that x plus 97 plus 87 plus 110 gives me what? 360. They always add up to 360. A triangle always adds up to 180. A quadrilateral always adds up to 360 every time. So what I do is I add like terms, which is 97, 87, and 110, and I get 284. I add up all the ones I do know. Okay, 97, 87. Oh, and it's 294, not 84.
I was about to say, you're missing the
Yeah, 294. So then what I do is I subtract 294 to both sides to figure out what x is, to figure out the one I'm missing. 360 minus 294 gives me 66 degrees. There's my missing angle measure. Here they give you quadrilateral. They say find the missing angle measures, which there's two missing angle measures, x and x plus 7. So we add those up. So x plus 7 is one angle. X is another angle. 75 is the other angle. And the last angle with the little square in the corner, that's 90. That's a right angle. And this adds up to 360 degrees. So then I combine my like terms. X and X are like terms. These constants, numbers without variables, are like terms as well. So X plus X is 2X. You just add the numbers in front, which is 1 and 1. 7 plus 75 plus 90 gives you 172. Then we're trying to find X. So the first thing I do is I subtract 172 from both sides. I get 2X is equal to 188. So then I divide both sides by 2. X is equal to 94. So that's one of the missing angle measures. What's the other one?
94 plus 7.
94 plus 7. X plus 7 gives you what? 101. Good. So then what I do is I check. I make sure if they all add up to 360. 101 plus 75 is 176. Plus 94 plus 90, guess what it gives you? 360. Here's your assignment.